Yo, what is up, guys? It is Awesome Sports 13 here, and today I'm gonna hang out with. Now I'm gonna hang out with Monster Jam Firestorm and Jaden.
Hey, what's up, guys? Go subscribe to my man's channel. Also subscribe to my channel.
Honk, 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 honk.
And I'm here with Sign Up Series number, what is this, 27? Yeah.
No, 69.
Nice. Okay. So there's a total of 64 trucks. We'll kick things off with Soldier Fortune Black Ops and the Galaxy's Monster Dalmatian. And yeah, there's like 24 or 25 debuting trucks. There's a lot. And we'll end off round number 1 with Batman and Queen Bee. So let's get round number 1. Sign Up Series 27 is underway. The first winner is going to be the Galaxy's Monster Dalmatian, taking the win over the Soldier Fortune Black Ops. Next up, we have the Gears Blue Thunder taking on Mohawk Warrior. The winner is going to be Mohawk Warrior, taking the upset win. Next up, we got Gravedigger the Legend taking on the debuting Lumberjack. And Gravedigger the Legend will take the win. Next up, we have the Gears Whiplash taking on the Elemental Truck Zombie. And Zombie will take the win as he goes all the way by the door. Next up, we have the Battle of the Debuting Trucks, the Hyperfield Gravedigger and Bulldozer. And Bulldozer will take the win. Next up, we have the Boneyard Son of a Digger taking on Max D. And Max D with a comeback win over the debuting Boneyard Son of a Digger. Next up, we have Double Dicker taking on the Sheer Madness Gravedigger. And Double Dicker will take the win. Next up, we have the Elemental Trucks Hurricane Force taking on the Overcast Gravedigger. The Overcast Gravedigger will take the win. Next up, we have Raising Cane taking on the Elemental Trucks Gravedigger. And the Elemental Trucks Gravedigger will take the win. Next up, we have the Monster Dalmatian taking on Salvager. And Salvager will take the win as Dalmatian hit my leg. I promise you guys the camera angle will get better. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw taking on the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior Boneyard. And Iron Outlaw, I think, got it. Yeah, he did, taking the win over the debuting Boneyard Mohawk Warrior. Next up, we have Wildflower taking on Storm Damage. And why? Oh! I think Storm Damage may have come back. Oh, that's really close.
Be honest, man, this is one of my favorite videos I've ever made. No, I don't.
Storm Damage will take the win. Next up, we have Alien Invasion Inverse taking on the Yellow Toro Loco. And Alien Invasion Inverse will take the win. Next up, we have the Gears Alien Invasion taking on Monster Mode Husky. And Alien Invasion Gears will take the win with a block. Next up, we have Scooby-Doo taking on the Training Trust Gravedigger. And Scooby-Doo will take the win. Next up, we have El Toro Loco taking on the Max Contrast Dragon. And, ooh, that's really close, actually. The Max Contrast Dragon will take the win. Next up, we have Kraken taking on Jurassic Attack. And Kraken will take the win. Next up, we have the Boneyard Gravedigger taking on the Galaxy's Truck Dragon. And the Galaxy's Dragon with a comeback win. Next up, we have the World Final 16 Bounty Hunter taking on the Gears Mohawk Warrior. And the Gears Mohawk Warrior will take Warrior will take the win over the Bounty Hunter. Next up, we have Megalodon taking on Stinger Unleashed. And Stinger Unleashed will take the win. Next up, we have the Battle of the Pirates Curses, the Fire Pirates Curse and the Normal Pirates Curse. And ooh, that's really close. And the Fire Pirates Curse will take the win. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune taking on the Burn Victim Zombie. And the Burn Victim Zombie will take the win. Next up, we have the Fire Mohawk Warrior taking on the World Finals 20 Avenger. And the World Finals 20 Avenger will take the win over the Fire Mohawk Warrior. Next up, we have the Nomad Avenger taking on the Max Contrast Megalodon. And Nomad Avenger will take the upset win over the Max Contrast Megalodon. Next up, we have the Galaxy's Dragonoid taking on the Overcast Zombie. And the Overcast Zombie will take the win. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on Saigon Shaker. And Stone Crusher will take the win over Saigon Shaker. Next up, we have the Black El Toro Loco taking on the Elemental Trucks Bakugan Dragonoid. And the Bakugan Dragonoid Elementals will take the win over Black El Toro Loco. Next up, we have Mashima taking on Time Flies. And Time Flies will take the win by a long shot. Wow. Next up, we have the Green Gravedigger taking on the Galaxy's Gravedigger. And the Galaxy's Gravedigger will take the win over the Green Gravedigger. Next up, we have Earthshaker taking on the Darkest Neo Bakugan Dragonoid. And the Darkest Neo Dragonoid will take the win over Earthshaker. Next up, we have Alien Invasion taking on the debuting Maximum Destruction. And Maximum Destruction with a successful debut so far. The last race of round number 1 is going to feature Queen Bee taking on Batman. And Batman will take the win over Queen Bee. Full focus ever. It's not focusing. There we go. Alright guys, and here we are with round number 2. And we're going to kick things off with the Galaxy's Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on Mohawk Warrior. And yes, there is a camera angle change. So here we go with round number 2. And the first winner is going to be the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, getting the win over Monster Mutt Dalmatian Galaxies. Next up, we have Gravedigger the Legend taking on the Elemental Truck Zombie. And the Elemental Truck Zombie will take the win over the Gravedigger the Legend. Next up, we have the debuting Bulldozer taking on Max D. And Max D, I believe, got the win. Let's just quickly check. And yes, Max D did in fact get the win. Next up, we have Double Decker taking on the Overcast Gravedigger. And I believe that is Double Decker. And yes, Double Decker does take the win over the Overcast Gravedigger. Next up, we have the Elemental Trucks Gravedigger taking on Salvager. And Salvager will take the win with a block. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw taking on the debuting Storm Damage. And Storm Damage, I believe, got the win. Man, they went far. And yes, Storm Damage does take the win over Iron Outlaw. Next up, we have the Battle of the Alien Invasions, the Inverse and the Gears. And the Gears will take the win, I think. Man, all these races are close. Oh, that is really hard to tell. I can actually focus. Focus. That work? Okay, hold on. Sorry about that, it wasn't focusing, and let's go down the line. And the Gears Alien Invasion will take the win over the Inverse. Next up, we have Scooby-Doo taking on the debuting Max Contrast Dragon. And the Max Contrast Dragon will take the win. Why are these races so goddamn close? And yeah, he will take the win over Scooby-Doo. Next up, we have Kraken taking on the Galaxy's Dragon. And the Galaxy's Dragon will take the win over Kraken with a block. Next up, we have the Gears Mohawk Warrior taking on Stinger Unleashed, probably the best race of this sign-up series. So far, at least. And wow! The Gears Mohawk Warrior showing off its dominance against Stinger Unleashed. Next up, we have the Fire Pirate's Curse taking on the Burn Victim Zombie. And the Burn Victim Zombie will take the win over the Fire Pirate's Curse. Next up, we have the World Finals 20 Avenger taking on the Nomad Avenger, Battle of the Avengers. And, oh my god, these races, bro. I'm telling you. And the World Finals 20 will get the win over the Nomad. Next up, we have the Overcast Zombie taking on Stone Crusher. And Stone Crusher, I think, may have got the comeback win. And unfortunately, he didn't. Overcast Zombie will take the win over Stone Crusher. Next up, we have the Elemental Trucks Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Time Flies. And Time Flies will get a awesome win over the Elemental Bakugan. Next up, we have the Galaxy's Gravedigger taking on the Darkest Neo Bakugan Dragonoid. And, ooh, that's actually really close. I think Dragonoid got it. And he did, getting the win over the Galaxy's Gravedigger. And the final race of round number 2 is going to feature Maximum Destruction taking on Batman. And Maximum Destruction will take the win over Batman with a block. Alright guys, and here are our races for round number 3. And we're going to kick things off with the Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior taking on the Elemental Truck Zombie. So who is going to the quarterfinals of Sign Up Series number 27? And the Elemental Truck Zombie, I think he's on his debut, will take the win over the Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior. If it can focus, it can't focus, so I'm just going to end it. Oh, there it goes. Next up, we have Max D taking on Double Decker. And Double Decker will take the win over Max D. Next up, we have a really good race. Salvager against Storm Damage. And it will be Salvager taking the win over Storm Damage. Next up, we have the Gears Alien Invasion taking on the Max Contrast Dragon. And the Max Contrast Dragon will take the win over the Gears Alien Invasion. Next up, we have a Gears in Galaxies battle between the Galaxy's Dragon and the Gears Mohawk Warrior. And the Gears Mohawk Warrior once again showing off his dominance. Next up, we have the Burn Victim Zombie taking on the World Finals 20 Avenger. And the World Finals 20 Avenger will get the win over the Burn Victim Zombie. Next up, we have the Overcast Zombie taking on Time Flies. And Time Flies will get the win over the Overcast Zombie. And the last race of round number 3 is going to feature the Darkest Neo Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Maximum Destruction. And Maximum Destruction will take the win over the Darkest Neo Bakugan Dragonoid. Alright guys, and here's our quarterfinals for Sign Up Series number 27, so let's go over the drivers. Inside of the Elemental Truck Zombie we have Addison Taylor, and inside of Double Decker we have Monster Jam Kid, and inside of Salvager we have Monster Jam Firestorm, and inside of the Max Contrast Dragon we have Charlie Cooper, and inside of the Gears Mohawk Warrior we have Johnny Boy, and inside of the World Finals 20 Avenger we have Monster Jam Collector Racing, and inside of Time Flies we have Robert Anderson, and inside of Maximum Destruction we have Monster Jam Rolando. So, who is going to the semifinals of Sign Up Series number 27? Who is going to the semifinals? That is really close. And Double Decker is going to the semifinals. And who will verse Double Decker? The Max Contrast Dragon. I have a feeling this race is going to be really close. But it's going to be the Gears Mohawk Warrior. Who will meet the Mohawk Warrior Gears? And it will be Time Flies. Alright guys, and here's our semifinals for Sign Up Series number 27. Inside of Double Decker we have Monster Jam Kid. Inside of the Max Contrast Dragon we have Charlie Cooper. Inside of the Gears Mohawk Warrior we have Johnny Boy. And inside of Time Flies we have Robert Anderson. So, we're doing it right here, right now. Who is going to the championship race? One of these debuting trucks, and it's going to be the Max Contrast Dragon getting the win over the Double Decker. This is the best race of this series. It's going to be Time Flies. Alright guys, so here's the championship race for Sign Up Series number 27. Inside of the Max Contrast Dragon, we have Charlie Cooper. And inside of Time Flies, we have Robert Anderson. I do not think these two drivers have won yet. Who will get the win? The winner of Sign Up Series number 27 is going to be none other than Robert Anderson in Time Flies. You have won this sign-up series. I believe this is your first title, and it is with Time Flies, a really, really fast truck. And yeah, congratulations to you, man. So sorry to Charlie Cooper in the Max Contrast Dragon. You did so well, but better luck next time in sign-up series number 28. So, congratulations to Robert Anderson once again, and I'll see you all trying to get it to focus in the next one.